Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of a Think It Boy podcast. I'm your host, Cesar Perez, with
Mariah.
We fucked up. We totally fucked up, and we're not recording for like the last 11 minutes. So
no, we were talking.
Nah, it had to be like 15, maybe 20. Honestly,
20,
yeah,
20,
it could have been 20. But I totally clapped and missed the fucking
button.
Sync. I didn't hit the button at all. That's my bad. But we're here now, and I'm here with Mariah. And she's a photographer. And you were telling me a couple minutes ago how you got into photography. So go ahead and let the people know.
Damn, like I have to say all that again.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, so how I got into, well, first I feel like I have to say yes, I'm Mariah. I'm a photographer. Yeah. So I got into photography just like, well, I've always been into it since I was as young as I can remember. Like when I got my first iPhone, I would take pictures of the most random shit. And I would think it was so fucking cool. And like I would tell other people and I would be so fascinated by like these like little moments I guess that I would capture. And so I always really enjoyed doing that. And I remember when I graduated high school, I was like, I want a camera like as my graduation gift. And so I got my first camera, which was a Canon DSLR. And I definitely picked it up a few times, but I've had it for years and I did not use it as often as I should have.
I almost feel like wanting to say the same thing that I said on the other shit that we didn't record.
I'm not trying to repeat
I was going to be like, 2016, I graduated that. Like, I was like going to hit the same. Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid. I'm like, let me not say it the same, even though they have no fucking
idea.
Yeah,
they'll never know. They'll never know.
But I feel like it's a more genuine experience if I like rephrase it.
Oh, I can't believe that was like 20 minutes legit. I wonder how long the recording is right now, because like I kept the camera recording, but we just weren't actually like recording sound.
I'm telling you, it felt like 25 minutes. Like
I say like 20 minutes. Although sometimes it feels long, but it's not. Like really. Yeah, sometimes I'll be like, damn, we've been talking for a minute, and I'll look and it's like 30 minutes.
Does it show you the time up there?
Mm-hmm. It's in the middle.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, so it's like 2:34 right now. And it really should be like 22 or some shit like that, right? I mean, at least it's like 20.
Damn, we could have been almost halfway.
We fucked up. I fucked up. That was my bad. I clapped and I wasn't recording anything. I should have knew because I wasn't looking at the fucking screen at all. Mm-hmm. And usually if you watch the videos, I'm always like,
every now and
periodically looking, you know?
I mean, I guess me either. Well, I don't know what to look for, shit.
No, as long as that's spread, we should be straight. Yeah, as long as that's spread, should be good. Mm-hmm. But you were talking about getting a camera when you graduated.
Yeah, back in 2016, that's when I got my first camera.
When I graduated.
Well, you graduated the same year, right?
Yeah, 2016. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you,
but we didn't go to the same school, and I was confused. I was about to bring it up right now.
No, literally every single time we hang out, he makes the Sam Houston reference, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm always just like, yeah, remember that teacher that fucking did this and that, and you just like one time you disagreed.
I was like, I'm gonna let this man go on.
Because I was like Vincent, like, man, this teacher was such a dick. And then like after that, I was like, you didn't go there. You went to fucking Reagan or Heights.
Yeah, Reagan.
You're a bulldog, dude.
Oh yeah, I was a bulldog.
I was saying how you were saying how like you like beat our debate team or some shit like that, or like you were in the debate, something like that. That's what you remember Sam Houston is, like the debate team.
Yeah, I only went into Sam Houston once, even though I lived growing up down the street. I went in once for a debate competition in high school because I was on the debate team for like half a year. And I think that was the one where I went like second place in all of HISD. Now that I think about it.
It's pretty impressive.
But yeah, I remember going in and I was like, oh shit, this was where I was supposed to go.
Well, yeah, why didn't you go?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Because you're like really close, or you were like really close.
Yeah. Well, when I moved to, I guess when I moved into Northside, I went to Burbank. My dad was like, you have to go, but you have to be in Magnet. And so then now like the Magnet program was at Reagan. I don't know how. I guess also because like all of my friends were applying to Reagan and Waltrip and like all these other schools. Right. And so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do the same thing. But I want to say I remember my dad being like, you're not going to Sam. And I was like, okay.
To be fair, it had a pretty bad reputation, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it still does. I haven't heard anything too heinous like since then. My brother went. He just graduated from there. But
really?
Other than that, yeah, I haven't heard any like bad, like this is bad or then. Like our ninth grade year was pretty bad. Like we did a lot of like shenanigans. We had like a food fight. There's
Oh,
people,
shit, really?
There's people like just squaring up on each other like out of nowhere.
No,
It's
I
pretty
believe
bad.
that.
Some
Because
dude
Burbank
like
was almost like that.
He like stepped on the back of the dude's like heel, and he's just like, you stepped on my shoes, and he's just like, what are you gonna do about it? He totally did it by accident. He didn't mean to like step on his shoe.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you gonna do then? And they totally dropped their books and just like started swinging like hard.
No,
I was like,
believe
whoa,
that. Yeah.
what the fuck? I was like, this place is crazy.
Now, Reagan definitely had some of its crazy days too.
Yeah.
I'll never forget during my year, I think we received a threat or something of like someone bringing a bomb or something like that. But I just remember like everyone that day was like, I'm not going to school. So I straight up was like, I'm not going to school.
Right.
And like less than like half the school was there. And I remember we got in trouble. They pulled us out of like class and to the fucking like auditorium. And they were like, we lost so much money because none of y'all fucking showed up. And I was like, we were scared. Like
money.
Yeah. Well, because public schools get paid based off attendance,
right?
And so like nobody.
But it's like a day though, just one day.
Yeah, literally, he like pulled the fucking stats and said the number, like how much money they lost because of one day, and I was like,
that would have the opposite reaction on me. To be honest with you, I'd be like, "Oh fuck you, bro! I want to like stay home even more."
No, literally, like fuck your money, but at the same time, I'm just like,
that's so weird.
Because we were just concerned. We were because it was not that long after I think there was like a shooting of somewhere. I remember. Oof. So, yeah. So that's why we were like, everyone was genuinely scared, but administration was only concerned about the money.
That's crazy.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Reagan had its crazy days too.
No, I bet. I wanted to go to Wall Trip because my cousin Miguel went to Wall Trip.
I almost went to Wall Trip.
So I was like, man, this seems like a cool school, but nah, I didn't. I just ended up going from Burbank Middle School to Sam. To Sam, yep.
I mean, there's pros and cons to like me going to Reagan, and then there would have been pros and cons to me going to Sam. Mm-hmm. There's definitely a part of me that's like, I wish I didn't go to Reagan.
Really?
Yeah. Just because like I don't know. It's just a thought I have where I'm like, I want to know what it would have been like had I gone to Sam.
Look at like that timeline.
To stay also just like more in my, I guess, neighborhood, my hood.
Yeah. Did you? I'm sure you knew people that went to Sam, though. No?
Oh yeah, a lot. I know a lot of people.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. You give me like Sam Houston vibes for sure. I don't know
you
why.
said that. I think whenever we were at Raven Tower,
yeah,
you made another Sam Houston reference, and you're like,
I did.
You just look like you go there, and I'm like, I don't know what that means, but okay.
You just look like you go there. I don't know. You really do, but you totally didn't. And I'm just kind of like, damn. Every time I'm just like, I don't know what it is. I honestly don't know what it is. I guess maybe because you went to Burbank.
I think that's also
like you went there, so I'm kind of
like I lived so close, like growing up. Because you know where I lived.
Yeah, when I picked you up over there, it was pretty, it's like around the corner. It didn't take me that long, you know?
That's what I'm saying. You just associate me so much with Northside. You're like, she went to Sam. She had to go to Sam.
Yeah. Damn, that's wild.
Yeah.
But aside from being a photographer, you're also a painter?
Oh, yes.
So go ahead and let the people know how you got into that.
Let's jump back into that.
Yeah, let's go back into the storyline.
So for painting, it's very different. I feel like photography is more fluid. Like it's more natural for me to just like whip out my camera and take a picture, because technically I've been doing it all the time, like with my phone. But painting is not something I'm constantly doing, and so
you're self-taught, right?
Yeah, everything that I learned, like I actually am in the process, like I'm kind of afraid to admit this, but I mean, just to like be completely vulnerable, I guess, like I just learned how to prep a canvas for acrylic paint, and I feel like that's how new to like painting I am. So it's a little bit more hard for me to like do, if that makes sense.
You had posted one recently that was really good. The like latest one you posted of like, it was like food. No, it was like a room, and there were things. It was like a painting of that, like just normal everyday stuff. What I'm talking about.
Oh no, oh my gosh, that was my mentor.
Oh yeah,
his paintings, dude,
that was
amazing.
His painting?
Yeah, the one I just took the photo. Now you're thinking that was mine.
I thought it was yours. Yeah,
no.
I was like, holy shit, she like, that's crazy. I would want.
Are we talking about the right one?
I think so. The one you were like holding in the picture. You have a picture of you like holding a painting that you just posted like the other day.
Oh wait, I'm confused now.
Do you have your phone? You could like pop it up.
Is it on Instagram?
Yeah, it's on IG.
Damn.
I think, yeah, it's like you holding one.
Oh, are you talking about my print?
Yeah.
No,
Your first
that was
print.
my That's a photo I took using my camera.
Oh, really?
That's not a painting.
Let me see.
Let me show you the...
I must want to throw it up now for the people. I'll have to do some more editing.
You're like, fuck, goddamn. Yeah, let me look for it.
I'll do it, though.
It's a picture I took in San Francisco, Chinatown.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I totally thought it was a painting.
That's such a compliment.
I really thought it was.
Should I show the camera? You're just going to, like...
Yeah, I guess I could show it there. But if that doesn't work, then I fucking put it in there. It's not that hard. But yeah, no. But yeah, that I thought was a...
That was not a painting.
So you just printed that out. Mm-hmm. And that's what you're holding. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. I've been making paintings, but I haven't been sharing it recently just because I'm trying to discover, like, I guess, what I want my art to show, I guess. Okay. Like, my style. And I'm also in the process of just learning new techniques. Like, I made a painting that was all about just me blending. And so, like, the entire thing, like, my roommate was like, it looks like you airbrushed it because it was just me blending a bunch of colors together. But like that took me a long time because I was really trying to just like perfect it, like how to blend with acrylics. So like I'm in the process of like painting a lot. I'm just not making anything where I'm like, oh, I want to share this with everyone, you know what I mean?
Right. That makes sense. I would totally love to like have one of your paintings. I feel like that'd be pretty
so
pretty
many
cool.
People say that and I'm just
my sister's an artist and she gave me like 3 or 4 of her like
amazing.
paintings. They're really nice.
Paintings
I like
from
them.
Like your friends and like people you care about, they just mean so much more than you just like buying a random one.
She was on some Bob Ross shit. It was like
really?
some trees. It was like a beach. I was like, damn, these are really nice.
That's so
but
cute.
they're I think they're in the living room. They're all
really?
like somewhere scattered, like
I
usually at the bottom.
I think I remember seeing them.
Yeah, there's like one on top and there's one at the bottom, like the last shelf.
On the shelf.
Yeah, I like them a lot. I would totally get those like framed. I was gonna say I have an idea, and I mentioned it to you the other day when we went to see Nikki play or Diptera play, where I want to have like my own gallery kind of thing.
You did say that.
Yes.
Do you have like a specific theme? I kind of want to do one too, and I have a theme for it.
Oh, a theme?
Yeah.
I have a. It'll be like around Christmas. Like I have a name.
Shit.
It's gonna be Caesar's Colorful Christmas. CCCT. But those, I feel like I really want to do that. I want to like rent out a gallery out of my own pocket and get like 5, maybe 6 artists and just have them sell their work, and whatever they make is like theirs. And
you know what's a good
it's like
space?
a Houston community kind of thing.
A good space to do that is actually at the Post, because I was just there at an event not that long ago, and I don't know if I can say this or not. But they were like, you didn't hear
the scoop.
It. You didn't hear it from me.
Okay.
That they didn't have to pay any money to host the entire event there. They were
really?
Just like, come.
Wow.
Pop up your little market, your little vendors and shit.
How many people were there? How many vendors were there?
I want to say easily 20, 25.
That's a pretty good amount.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm saying, like, it was this big event. There was a lot of people that showed up, and they were like, yeah, we didn't have to pay anything.
I want to get like a tuxedo. I want to like look the part.
Ooh,
like the day of.
Fancy.
Yeah, I want to be like real fancy with the shit. That's why I've been looking at galleries, and there's some that are like $85 an hour, and I figure I could rent it for like 3 or 4 hours. It's not too bad. Yeah. If I'm especially if I'm paying out of my pocket, and then have like a donation thing if anyone wants to donate. I feel like it should be all like electronic though, or at least for the vendors. Like I'll have like a meeting with them, like either here or like we go out to eat, and then like,
dude,
I'd be like, yo, do you have a Cash App, or do you prefer Venmo? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what should we all be on, so that everyone could just know like, oh shit, I need a Cash App, or oh shit, I need
you have to do it.
Yeah, I have it. I have the little book of notes thing. I haven't written that in there, but I definitely have like a lot of ideas of how like I wanted to look and everything like that. But hopefully that's coming this year, and like around December, I think, maybe December, January. But I would want it to be like around Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, you have like 6-ish months.
Yeah,
which feels like a lot of time, but it'll go by fast.
It will go by fast. Yeah.
Do you have like ideas of like who you want to feature, or?
Yeah, shit. If you, well, I don't know how you feel about selling your artwork, but I would definitely like to have you on. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I would. Definitely.
Or have you as one of the vendors, rather.
I would definitely pay some stuff for that.
I'd have you. I had my friend Eric. He's a digital artist, but I could totally print out some of his shit. I was honestly thinking about like having my own stand and maybe getting a friend to like run it while I'm like going around and just talking to everyone.
Yeah, like a stand of your work.
Yeah, but like maybe like prints. I kind of want to see how
really,
like my photos
really
are
cool.
printed out. You know, I kind of want to see how that looks. I'm curious on like how the quality will be. Have you
printed one of your photos?
I printed out some graduation ones for my brother and my cousin Jose. And those came out pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, seeing them printed is just like.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, huh?
It's something else.
I did invitations for them, and those invites came out like really good. I had like good paper. I had like matte paper.
Yeah.
So it was good quality and shit. It was fancy shit. That's what I'm saying. So like, I'd want to do something like that. But yeah, I just would have to look at like the photos I've taken and which ones I'd want to get printed out. That's gonna be the sizes really and shit. You know? Oh hell yeah, that'd be like really hard.
Especially when you take so many, because you're like, I like all of them.
Mm-hmm. And I would like to just get like frames, have them framed already, and then sell them for like, I don't know, like $25 maybe.
Yeah,
nothing crazy.
You should do like a print shop like online.
Right?
Yeah. You should do that like ongoing thing.
But I would want to have like a friend maybe run it. Like maybe I could ask Brittany if she wants to do it, or her and Fern if they want to like run it.
That'd be cool.
Because I would want to involve the podcast as well. So like Fern's been a guest, so I feel like having Fern there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I try to invite like all the guests there: Miguel, Tino, everyone who else has been on, Nikki, everyone. If they wanted to pull up, and Eric would probably be a vendor, excited. Right? I mean, like, you could totally be like I said, if you want to be a vendor, you're totally good.
That makes me really excited.
Thank you. I've been I wanted to do it last year, but money just got so tight at the end of the year. I'm like, I probably shouldn't do this.
I feel like I remember when you were just telling me about doing this podcast.
Oh like, yeah.
It wasn't. It was it was a while ago, and I just remember it was like a thought, or at least it seemed like a thought. And you were like,
yeah, I think the first time we hung out, I had mentioned it.
Yeah,
we
you
went
did.
to like Graffiti Park downtown Houston.
And I remember I was like, that's so fucking cool. Like, if you do a podcast, bring me on.
yeah. I've told a lot of people about this like for the longest time, so I'm excited. I'm actually like doing it and keeping up with it. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and you're like, you are doing it like pretty consistently, and so I'm thinking about how like. We would just apply the same energy to this fucking
That's
like
the plan,
I'm excited
for sure.
for you.
Yeah, thank you. That's definitely the plan. There's a couple other things I'd want to do, like those commercials that I talked about with you and what's his name? Yeah, how I want to do like those Everest commercials, those college commercials, and I want to have Eric like be there and fucking be like, yo, you sit on the couch all day, what you doing? I want to have him do that. Honestly, like before you came, I was reading over those notes because I wrote out the whole script. Yeah, the script's only like a page and a half of homeboy being like, you're not shit, and like you should totally go to school even though you're like a little kid. But
that's a commercial idea.
Yeah, it's just him like doing that. I want to have him dress exactly like the guy, like to the T. So really, he just needs a white tee and like a camouflage hat.
That's a pretty solid idea.
And it's easy because I just could just film at his apartments. His apartments look exactly like the fucking commercial. Yeah, they look the same. There's like big poles and of lights and shit. So it'd be like a really easy shoot. But yeah, like shit like that. Those are the things I want to do. I want to have like Fern, for whatever reason, I want to dress Fern up like a clown and like have him skateboard or some shit like that. I don't know. I want to involve something to him skating.
And you want to do all this on like YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Like little shorts.
Yeah. Okay.
Or like little like reels.
Do you have like a timeline for that?
Honestly, no. I haven't really thought about those. Probably like I'd say in the coming months. I'd say in the next 2 months you could expect to see.
Ooh, 2 months.
Eric as the Everest guy, totally being like, you sit on the couch all day, you ain't doing jack shit, you should listen to this show.
2 months.
Because the exact same script is the exact same. I just changed like Thinking Boy Podcast instead of Everest Community College or online college. I'm just like, yeah, we'll just throw that in there. And I changed certain words up, but like you're sitting there on their phone. Honestly, some of the shit applies to now. Like everything he says on there, it sounds like things like that I would say on a commercial.
Yeah.
So I figured that'd be a funny idea. Also, the last time I was at Eric's house, well, a while ago, before we did the pod, he had like a YouTube video up that was like 6 hours long of just like old 90s commercials, 90s to 2000 commercials. So you see those zebra books. You ever remember those? Where like it's a coloring book and like they had like animals in them and shit. Those had like ShamWow, all that shit. It just had like a bunch of old
damn, I kind
commercials.
Like low-key want to watch that.
It's pretty cool, honestly. Like him having it on there, it got me like fascinated. I was like, what the hell is this? Also the way
they like made their commercials back then.
Yeah, I feel like they all kind of felt the same, but they weren't the same. Yeah. You know, they all had the same look, kind of, but like they were doing different things. That's what I like. Like some of the old like, what was it? Was it like? There's like a famous. Oh, it's Doritos. Those Doritos commercials are always insane.
Yeah, no, Doritos. Yeah, they
they're always
definitely have some of
crazy.
the best commercials.
Like Mountain Dew, shit like that, you know.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Have you seen WandaVision? This is going
Yeah.
completely off topic, but
Nah,
I
you're good, you're
really,
good.
I really like the show. Like when they did the intro, and every decade was like a different commercial.
Yeah.
Or like a different intro, but like you can see the.
They had like Malcolm in the
how
Middle
they
and shit for
changed.
like the 90s, 2000s. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And that's what like this conversation is reminding me of.
Yeah, I would love to totally do that. I just have to figure out how to do make it look like not VHS-y, but like 480p, kind of like broken, like make sure the video looks like shit, just to like get that same kind of quality like that you would see on a commercial. I wouldn't want to like do it like really HD. You know, I'd want it to look a little grimy.
You want it to look a little grimy.
Yeah, I want it to look a little grimy. I don't want like a crystal clear one, because then it'll feel like
You're right.
It'll feel like the production's too high, and it's not like it wouldn't be as nostalgic as like if it looked exactly like the way it looked over there
back then. Yeah.
Even have like a black screen in the
Like
beginning for like 2 seconds, and then like switch to like Eric popping up.
I said back then like it was a long ass time ago.
It wasn't that long. Well,
it kind of was.
It kind of was, but yeah, it kind of was.
Like,
I'm thinking like 2006, 7.
Like, bro, we're old.
We're old, yeah. I mean, you just had a birthday.
I did.
Happy late birthday on the show, but yeah, you just had a birthday.
Thank you.
You're 25. Welcome to the club.
Yes, I'm 25. Unfortunately.
How you?
Actually, I feel like I'm in the prime like time
in your
of
prime
my life.
life.
Yeah, like.
Oh hell yeah, that's the fucking mindset to have.
Like everyone keeps saying, well, I thought I would freak out more because people are like, you're halfway to 30, or at least like my family.
I never thought of it that way. Thanks for bringing the fucking reality into it.
Well, that's what my family would always tell me. They'd be
you're
like,
halfway to 30. Jesus Christ.
Or not like halfway, because that would be 15, but you know, like in your 20s, like
which
is like your most exciting time of your life or whatever.
You're like 5 years away, you know.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh, when you put it that way. But then like if you really think about it, I think your 30s are also going to be like a really fun time.
Yeah. 30s seem pretty. Honestly, I'd consider like 30s maybe the prime. 30 to 40,
and some people actually say that. So I'm
30,
like,
50.
I'm chilling. I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. I mean, sometimes I panic because like.
Do you?
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, fuck, I need to have everything figured out. But then easily I'm like, relax.
No, I try never to think that way. Even with this, like I'm never like planning on like. I mean, I'd eventually want to get like a bigger audience and shit like that. But like I've never like, I'm gonna hit this number. I'm gonna be like, you know, like that. Nah, I just want to have like. This is fun, you know. Editing this shit is like fun, and like the ideas I just talked about were like are like fun ideas that I would want to do.
For the longest,
I feel like as long as you're doing something you want to do, it's like, you know.
For the longest, I like struggled with like as an artist accepting that, like just kind of. Wait, sorry, I lost my fucking thought. I knew this would happen. That's why I was like, fuck, I don't want to smoke.
Oh shit. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Or no, that's not a spoiler alert. I don't know what the fuck you call it.
Fuck, but I was gonna say, bro, no, my mind completely fucking blank.
Your mind went blank, bro, like fucking Big Hawk or whatever the fuck his name is.
No, and
or Point Blank for the DJ Screw fucking tapes. Your mind went blank. What were we talking about? Oh, the just doing something creative. You know what I mean? Like I'm not planning anything out creatively and just kind of like doing it. Well, planning everything out creatively, but not like obsessing over like I need to hit this number of subscribers. I need to do this. You know.
I think that's what I was trying to say.
I feel like that you'll make it into like a job, which eventually you want it to become your career.
Like my art. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, no, definitely.
Yeah. But like I feel like that'll be a little too like. Too many restrictions on the shit, you know, where I'm just kind of like, I like doing this free. Yeah. Like, I'd much rather be successful this way, you know? I'd much rather be successful doing the things like my own way rather than like Frank Sinatra shit my way than like trying to be like other people or like trying to make it not genuine. I wouldn't feel like good about having success if it wasn't like genuine or I didn't have like a big part in it, you know?
No, definitely. I completely agree. That's what I'm saying. Like for the longest, I did struggle with that a little bit. I was very hard on myself and like the goals that I had set. And so I was continuously like, I was my worst enemy essentially because I would think about like where I was and where I wanted to be. And I was never like in line with that or whatever.
In terms of art or in just in life?
Like how good of an artist or where I should be as an artist or whatever. You
were like, would you compare yourself at all to other people?
Oh yeah, all the time.
See, I try not to, and I never really do. Yeah. But there are times where I'm just like, I might be able to.
Which a little bit is fine, because right, you do need to like criticize your work. I do feel like you need to look at it and be like, okay, like what can I do next? Well, how can I learn?
What's
from
like
this?
the next level of the photography?
Yeah, but I did eventually break out of that mentality. It just took a long time. It wasn't until when I started. That's why I started taking like photography more seriously. Is when I was able to break past that barrier of like putting these strict, or like obsessing over goals that essentially took away from like the joy of taking pictures. So once I was able to like push past that, that's when I got excited and I bought a new camera, and now I'm like, fuck yeah. Now there I do have moments where I slip and I'm like, fuck, what are the people gonna like would they like this photo more than this one? But then I'm like, no, it's really just about like the photos that I really like, and if it's good, I think that they'll like everyone else will like it too.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing with art, it's very subjective. You know, someone could see a fucking control just sitting there and be like, oh, that's a good photo.
Yeah.
Or I'm just kind of
literally.
fucking like control. You know what I mean? It's not nothing
okay,
crazy.
wait, I have a question for you.
Go on then.
My question would be, at what point did you realize you were an artist?
Oh man, that's a good question.
Like, was there like a sudden like spark where you were just like, oh shit, like I am a creative?
I would say that definitely came like more recently.
Really?
Yeah, 2020. I'd say 2020 and like the first half of 2021. Although I was doing like really creative things with the photos that I was taking at the time, I never considered it like, oh, this is like creative or
like you're making something.
Yeah, I was just having fun with it, you know. But looking back on it, yeah, no, I was definitely like fucking around with them like way more than like I probably should have. But like I just loved the way that like it was coming out, especially like once I learned the difference between like JPEG and RAW, like how the RAW image like you have different shit you could bring out. I was like, whoa, that shit tripped me out.
Yeah.
To like how blind something looks, and then like you have to like find the image that you had in your head in there.
Like the more you learn, like the more you were excited.
No, definitely, yeah. The more I learned, the more I got excited. I'm so glad Adobe. Shout out to Adobe because they like provide tutorials and shit like that for everything. So
yeah, true.
Whenever I'm bored, I would just like marathon a bunch of those. Yeah, not all the time. And honestly, I should probably do it with Premiere because I haven't done it with Premiere. But I'm just so like scared of like fucking up my like video editing.
Yeah, I would be scared too. I would definitely,
because I'd want it on point with like my photo editing. You know, I wouldn't want like one to be over the other.
Yeah, you don't want to lack in one department or whatever.
Right. I was making sure everything came fucking alright, dude.
I'm like, I'm a little paranoid.
No, it's recording. It's definitely recording. Yeah, for sure.
How does it sound? Still good?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Okay. Get it a little closer. All right. I think that should be good.
Okay. I feel like I'm so close, but
no, it sounds pretty good.
I trust you.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. What were we talking about?
Oh yeah. So like, how old were you whenever you?
Oh, when I started realizing, I guess I'd be like, I'd say like last year, middle of last year, maybe.
Dang.
So I'd be 24. I was probably 24 when I was kind of like, damn, this is like creative.
Yeah.
Like this is like I'm doing this, and I was like self-aware of like this is a creative thing. I think more people should have creative things. I think everyone should do something creative, you know. I think once I started thinking like that, I'm more I've always been a mellow guy, but like more like, I don't know, I'm just like kind of like really at peace with things, you know.
Yeah.
I try not to be myself, but even with like bills and shit, I'm like, it's gonna get paid somehow, some way. I'm gonna like figure out what I need to do to get paid, or to like pay those things that I need to pay at the end of the month. It's a lot of P's. In my head, it was just like pop, pop, pop.
And then you hearing it, I know it's tripping you out.
That's funny. But yeah, so like shit like that I don't stress about. Even things at work it's so like rudimentary that I'm just kind of like, it is what it is. It's just muscle memory at this point. It's just like stacking the fucking boxes on the trailer and shit.
Put too much thought into it.
Yeah, I don't have to put any thought of it. And honestly, like at work is when I think like the most, or like I talk to myself the most, just because I'm kind of like, all right, like if I'm just like in a trailer by myself, I'll really like self-reflect and be like, all right, well, you have to do this, then you have to do that, then you have like this thing is going on. Shit like that. I usually do that when I'm like more alone. If I'm in my room alone, I'd like plan out things that I want to do, or like think like, damn, I should have did this way, or I should have talked like when I said that, I should have said this instead, you know. But overall, like I feel pretty like level-headed all the time. It's very rare that I get like too angry or too sad or too, you know what I mean. I'm just kind of like mellow. I just laugh. That's really all it is. I just like laugh.
Just
I'm
laugh.
like a little jokester. I just be laughing.
You
and
are.
Shit. Yeah.
I've noticed that.
I wouldn't mind doing like more funny, like more like maybe like a comedy video or some shit like that. Because I feel like we could do some funny shit. But yeah, I don't know.
It'd be crazy. I feel like the photos that you take now have such like a certain type of like look, so emotion or like feeling to them, and it'd be crazy if you did like a comedic style, like
That'd be interesting.
Try to do
yeah.
something.
That'd be kind of interesting.
You put like you mash up comedy in your photos. I don't know how you would do that, but I feel like
you know what?
You would definitely be able to
I just thought of it right now when you mentioned that.
What?
I could totally do like a comic strip, but photos. You know?
Yes.
Like kind of like a swipe meme where like one person's doing one thing. It's like panels. Each photo's like a panel.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I can see you doing something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to do that.
It would be a very different style from like the photography that you do now, but I'm like, I think it would be
that is a style of photography. I never really like thought of that. Yeah. It's cool.
You said my until just now, actually.
But it is a thing like those like meme or not like those kind of funny looking like ads or some shit like that. You know, it's a whole different style. But yeah, that's interesting. I've never really thought to like tackle something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be hard. I feel like comedy is sometimes like hard, you know. Usually I'm just like shooting the shit, but like if I actually had to like plan out jokes, no. I feel like a lot of people think they're like comedians and then they try to do the field and it's just like not the same. I think T.I. did that recently. Funny thing enough,
really?
we're talking about T.I. outside of but I think he had a comedy show and like he was bombing, and then like he just kept like making like random ass like jokes, and then like another female comedian came up and was trying to get him off the stage, like, all right, like you're fucking bombing, like, you know,
get off.
Yeah, like get off. And he's like, I'm not leaving, this and that, and him and the lady got into it, but shit like that. I feel like he feels like he could jump into that field because I'm funny.
Yeah.
Let me hop in, but it's like a true like art of this shit. I really have like a lot of respect for the comedian, especially because like most of the time the good ones are like going through a lot of shit. Like, there's a lot of good comedians that, like, committed suicide or, like, died, you know? Shit like that. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, what are y'all, like, hiding?
What are y'all going through? Yeah.
Like, Robin Williams.
Oh,
you know what I mean? His whole situation. I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, so that fucking sucked, man. I was like, that fucking sucked, like, real bad. But yeah, I don't know how we got into talk. Oh, because you said about, like, the comedy shit in photography.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to do that. That'd be interesting, actually. It's funny you say that my photos have like emotion and shit like that. That's interesting. I've never heard that before. That my photos have like there's like some feeling there.
I mean, if you think about it, I think essentially I feel like every picture kind of does. Like even the pictures that are just portraits of like your friends or your family or people that you know, like the way I think whenever someone looks at a photo, they like perceive, at least the way I do, I perceive everything. So like the time of day, like how was it feeling outside? Like how does this person look? Like do they look upset? Are they happy? Do they look sad? Like you can kind of pick up on like body language in photos, I guess.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, that's very true for sure.
But also like the way you edit them too can also add a type of emotion to it. So like your black and whites, I feel like they just like they hold a lot of like depth. Like if that makes any sense.
Thank you.
So I just feel like I don't know. I definitely feel like
those. They definitely feel heady. They definitely feel heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they feel heavy, especially like editing them. They also feel like really, really heavy. Where I'm just kind of like, ooh, these seem like dramatic. These are like dramatic photos.
And
you
like
know?
the way we feel when we're editing them, I think definitely affects the emotion, like the overall, I guess, message that like we get across. Because I feel like sometimes we mimic the way we're feeling, the photos that we're editing. So
that is true. That's a good point.
Also, the way we shoot it too.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of like aspects to it.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. Like definitely, you can pick up emotions.
No, especially from like the raw. Like I said, the raw files are so like bland. Sometimes you're just like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? And then you totally like dive in. And honestly, I was mentioning it to Ulysses last week that like I have more fun doing shit like that, like a family kind of photo or like
the parties.
Yeah, the parties or
really
like
cool.
Concerts, like the ones I did for Nikki.
Yeah.
Like those, I really enjoy those because I could be like as creative as I want. Like I really have no restrictions going on.
But that's because like the client, the person you're doing it for is like that's all you. They're
That's
not,
all
like,
you.
putting-
And even Nikki was just like, "Yo, come like take photos." Like he didn't give me a specific like direction for anything, you know. But you looking over there got me nervous.
I'm sorry. That's gonna be a habit.
But yeah, like those I have a lot of fun with. Where like as like graduation photos or like portraits, even those make me like more money. Those make me like actual like money that I could like use for things that I need.
Yeah.
Like those are kind of like, you know, straightforward. I can't really be as creative because like they want what they want. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
want like the original
all
image
kinda
just
look the
enhanced a
same,
little bit
yeah.
more. You know. You couldn't be like too creative. Like I couldn't like change the sky like different colors. I mean I could, but I couldn't like, it's not what they would typically want, you know.
It's not how most graduation photos look like.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of wanted to do something for my brother and my cousin, like outside of like, yeah.
Recently I saw someone do like a Whataburger graduation shoot.
Oh really?
Yeah, for like a Texas graduate, and they just like posted up at Whataburger and took a bunch of graduation photos there, I think. And I've seen others that are kind of like that, but it's rare. You don't see those as much as like your ordinary cap and gown pics.
Yeah, like I would love to like take some around here, some like north side graduation
Wait,
photos.
so how did you get into doing cap and gown pictures?
I did it for I think I did it for my friend Melanie at the time.
Okay.
Who like was like graduating from college. She was like a nurse.
Yeah.
And she wanted me to do hers. It was like the official first one that I remember doing. It's funny because I never posted those. I never go around to like posting them. Yeah, I would always post. That's what I'm saying, because like I would always post other shit that I like fucked around with more, you know. Whereas those I kind of like, all right, those are grad photos. Here are your grad photos.
They're separate from like my fun photos.
From like the fun photos that I would take a friend
Yeah.
skateboarding or like when we went to like NASA and shit like that. So those I would like post. I remember she got mad because I didn't post them. I was
she
like,
got
fuck.
mad?
Yeah, because I think I had took.
No, not her getting mad.
I think I posted someone. I think I posted maybe Vanessa's grad photos because I know I did Vanessa's as well. Shout out to Vanessa. And I think after that she was kind of like, "Damn, you said I'm posting them." I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like let me like post them now. And she's like, "Nah, it's all right." I'm just kind of like, and I feel like I'm like
she
obligated.
really like straight up was like, "Post me."
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I mean, from her perspective, I get it because like I just didn't by like, you know, I
really
totally
I feel like
blame.
I wouldn't be like, "Are you gonna post my photos or not?"
Well,
That's
the other
just
thing
me.
was like I didn't know how people felt about that, you know.
About
Fern,
posting?
like I could just post pictures of Fern. He's not really gonna
that's
be like, "Yo,
fair.
take that off," you know what I mean, or no shit like that,
Yeah.
because I know him. Or like things that like when we took that trip, I just took like photos of everyone that was like on the trip.
Yeah.
My cousin Miguel,
You do ask
Brittany,
me
everyone.
every time too.
I do ask you, yeah, because like I'm not like we don't know each other that
Yeah.
well, you know. But like Nikki as well. Nikki's one where I'm just kind of like, I don't know if you want all those. And there's been times where you're just like, "Yo, I look funny in that photo," and I'll be like, "All right,
Like,
I
don't
got
post
you.
that.
Yeah, I got you.
Don't
I got
do me
you.
dirty.
Yeah, I got you." One time I fucked up and posted one that he didn't
He
didn't mind posting. Yeah, he didn't like hate the photo, but he was kind of like that he looked funny. And honestly, in the photo, he looked cool, but like there was something like he was very
Afterwards,
like
you're
stoic.
like, you're right.
He was really stoic in the photo, almost like a deer. I was like, "Damn, bro, this is a majestic photo." But he's like, "Man, I look silly," and I was just like, "All right, bro, I'll take it down." And I just like, I think I like archived it just in case. But yeah.
So you did post it, and then you just took
I
it
did
down.
post it. There's been a couple of times where people were like, "Yo, take those down."
Really?
Yeah, I remember I posted some grad photos that I did for this girl who I didn't know. She was like one of my friends' cousins or cousins-in-law, something like that. And I took photos of like her 17th birthday. They had balloons and shit. It was really nice. I took a lot of ones that I liked, but she didn't like certain ones. And I had made like a whole like 10 image like post.
Damn, yeah.
And like the other friend was just kind of like, "Yo, she doesn't like these. Can you just like post these?" And I was like, "Fuck."
She made her friend do it.
And I was like removing them. I mean, I felt bad. She was a kid. Like she was 17 years old. So I'm like, all right, yeah. Like if you feel comfortable, I'll totally take it off. But I'm like, those are really good. And they agree with me. They were just like, "Yeah, I don't know why she doesn't like them." But yeah, there's been a couple of times where I had to like do that.
I feel like when people take my photo, like other photographers, and they ask me, I'm like, "These are your photos. Like you post them if you want. Like if you like them and you think they're good enough to be on your page, then like by all means share it. Even if I don't like it." There's definitely times where I'm like, "I don't like that picture," but I'm like, that's what you took though. Like
I always try to
That's
ask,
how I see
especially
it.
if someone that I'm not comfortable with or I don't know them like too well, you know.
No, but that is fair. Like to ask, because I do appreciate when you ask.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to just like blind post, you know, and you'd be like, what the fuck? I didn't expect these to be up here.
Although, no, I get that.
Even like grad photos, I'm always just kind of like, yo, like, are you cool with me posting these? And they usually say, yeah. Like, it's about like 80 or I'd even say 90%. They're always just like, yeah, go ahead, post them. Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
But like, I do like on the off chance I'm like, I don't want, you know, to post these, and one person's just kind of like take this.
Yeah, because I feel like I would feel shitty. I would feel so bad.
I feel so bad
because I would be like, I would feel like, damn, I hope I didn't make you uncomfortable, or like
yeah. Like, I would hate for it to think that like me posting this shit kind of made them
fear unlocked of taking pictures of people. Fuck. I'm like trying to learn how to take pictures of people, and like,
I think strangers are like a little different.
Yeah,
like if I saw you whipping out your camera and I didn't want to be in the photo, I would get out of the way. Yeah, I would just move.
But to be fair, though, a lot of people don't. I thought people would move more when I take pictures that they don't. Like, I could deadass, like, whip the camera out right in front of your face, like, as a stranger, and, like, they would kind of just look at me. But I guess also because they don't react fast enough.
That's true, yeah.
Like, you know, you take a picture in a couple of seconds, and so by the time you, like, move out, you're still kind of in the frame.
That's really what you're into, huh? Street photography-wise, like, pictures of, like, people and stuff like that.
Well, that's what I've been doing a lot. Going to San Francisco, like, I did a lot of street photography.
Right.
And I, like, jumped really heavy into it, and I fell in love with it. Also because it allowed me to, I don't know, I felt like I saw it differently than if I were just casually going through and not being able to, like, capture those moments. I don't know. I feel like my experience was different. Because
it was a new place, you know, something you never seen before.
But even like I jumped into street photography more in Houston when I got back, and I feel like I see Houston differently. And I don't know if it's because I'm become more observant and like just looking around and just really studying like everywhere I'm at, basically.
Right.
Because I can be like, what's good for a picture, like I'll come back. Shit.
See, I don't think of that too often, unless it's like with certain things.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be somewhere and I'm just like, let me take a picture with my phone so I can come back to this exact spot with my camera.
Oh my god, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I never thought to do that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because there's like so many places, and like my head
especially here, there's a lot of like secret places that I'm just kind of like, damn. Or even like the Tank, the one that's on Airliner Park, or like damn, there's another thing I wanted to take a photo of, that like light that's around like my house. At that church or whatever the fuck. I don't know what that is.
It was a church, I think.
Yeah. At that church.
The purple light.
There was like a purple light that I would always see when I would come home from work or like drive, and like it was on. It was just like a purple light, like illuminating like a wall and shit. And
one time you should like insert the photo. Oh damn, more editing. Yeah. No fuck, sorry.
Nah, it's good. I'll throw that one up. Maybe.
Maybe.
Nah, I should, because I haven't fucking did it. The last couple times I said I was gonna do it, I totally
didn't do it.
Nah, there's like twice, but I kind of get myself out. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. But all these are on my Instagram, by the way. If you want to check those out, which will be linked in the bio. But yeah, I'll throw those up. But yeah, like some shit like that. That's something that I've always seen. I'm always like, the fucking Fiesta mural that like is non-existent anymore. Not there,
dude. I have hella trust issues. I was like, but I do remember it being.
I was gonna say, right? You remember, right?
A part of me remembers, but I also feel like a part of me just doesn't remember.
Oh my god, the amount of shame I felt when I was like, yo, there's only been a mural over here, like my whole life. Yeah, he was
so excited to take a picture or like take photos of a mural on Fiesta, on the Fiesta,
bruh.
And we pull up empty.
Literally empty. It was like
a
khaki color or some shit. I don't know what the fuck it was.
Khaki color. Ugh. It wasn't really pretty.
Yuck. I was like, what the fuck, bro? It's
and
so
I was
ugly.
here. I was excited to like see this giant piece of art.
I'm glad Homeboy brought it up last week, because he mentioned it as well.
He did.
He knows what I was talking about.
He was like, yeah.
And I was just like, bro, I don't know what happened.
But then it must have been recent then.
Yeah.
It's so sad when they paint up art like that. Like, why? I wonder why.
Yeah, why, huh? I don't know what the fuck the reason was.
That would be a good spot to like submit like the opportunity to do a mural there, like another one.
God.
I mean there was
huge,
a mural already, but I think like that'd be really cool.
I hope that's what they have in mind, you know?
To do another one.
I hope they have that in mind. Because if you notice, like when you walk in, there's like a little rose or some shit that's painted in the same style as the mural.
Oh yeah, it's in my photo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm kind of like, why is that there? And that's like that's part of the mural. So why didn't you just like keep that? You know? This is weird shit that they made.
I do also know, like, I remember hearing a while ago, like, they want to make, like, in general, I can feel that they want to make Houston more of, like, an art city.
Oh, really? I could feel that. Yeah,
Like,
I
that's why
definitely
they're
see
throwing
that.
up a lot more murals and like all these
Yeah, if you go like
yeah.
downtown or on Main Street or
There's a
like
lot
on
more.
Hardy, there's like a bunch of like fucking like artwork everywhere, which I like.
Like
I
even
definitely
around like
appreciate it.
Quitman area in Northside, by the Metro Rail.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like wall art there
Like
too.
on every stop, it's like a
that's
like
what
a
I'm
green
saying.
thing.
I'm
I don't know
like,
what the fuck it
they
is,
wanna
but
I feel like they want to make Houston a more art city.
I could see that. I mean, I wouldn't. I think we
would.
have like a lot of great art here. So
No, I know.
Cool.
I think we have great talent here, so I think that would be so fucking cool.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't know why they took that mural down. But then again, I was thinking about it, and they really like remodeled that whole store. Like when you walk in there now, I'm kind of like, yo, it looks so weird.
In a while.
Man,
I want to go in to take photos inside because
they did it like around the time I moved in here. Whenever I moved in here, I remember going. I was like, this looks different. And then like as I've been here, they've changed more and more shit. Or like now they have those like little like metal things that you walk through, and like they've had those for a while. But
where
like
your cart goes in or whatever.
Yeah, but I never remember it being like a thing. I remember just walking and going straight to like the little like restaurant they have or anything.
So long. I mean, because I haven't really lived in Northside in like 2 years.
Yeah, it's just a long time. Shit.
I miss it.
I
might go back. We'll see.
Hey.
I might come back to live in Northside.
I love it, man. It's awesome. Aside from the gunshots and like random homeless people,
but you need a little chaos in your life. You can't have.
Hey, I'm telling you, I can't. I love the noise. I can't sleep without it. To be honest with you, like I've been at places like in Humble or like my dad's house, where he was like on like the south side of town. I'm just like, yo, it's way too quiet out here. Like I need to hear something.
You hear your thoughts.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that shit at all. I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? You could just hear like the little like meter like.
Are you the type to go to sleep with background like?
Yeah. I playlist on playlist on playlist.
Playlist.
Not even playlist, honestly. It's just one video that's like 12 hours or some shit.
Shit.
Yeah, like wind sounds, rain sounds.
I've been doing that lately.
Yeah,
I've been listening to rain sounds.
Brittany and them use like ocean sounds.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember one time I came home from work and I just heard like. I was like,
do what you gotta do for a good sleep.
I was like, what? Is there a breeze coming in? What the fuck is happening right now? Like, this shit was funny. But yeah, I definitely use like white noise. Honestly, like I've been doing that forever. Like even as a kid, I would always use like a podcast to like put on and put me to sleep.
Yeah, I just started doing that recently.
I'd always like go to sleep to like them talking about shit. And there's been times where they've talked about something and it's appeared in my dream. What? It's not on like a regular basis. I don't dream too often. But like when I do, there are times where like they'll talk about something, and if it's fucked up, I'm kind of like, damn, I had a fucking weird dream, and I'm like, oh,
because of the podcast.
Because of the podcast, yeah.
Wait, do you always smoke before you sleep? Wait, is that like cool to talk about on here?
I think I'll be okay. I'd say like, yeah.
You have to really think about that one.
Yeah, because it's usually just like once, you know. Whenever I get home, I'll shower, chill for a little bit. I get home before Fernie does. Yeah. So I'll get home, then he'll be like, open the gate. I'm like, okay. So I open the gate, and then he'll like come shower. Then eventually he'll pop in my room and be like, you want to smoke? And once he says, you want to smoke? I'm like,
automatic fucking yes.
I hop up, I put my shoes on, and like, we head out. But honestly, like, that's kind of it. Depending on, like, the amount of shit we have, it's usually just at one time. And then I'm kind of like, all right, I'm straight.
No, but, like, I asked because smoking affects whether or not you can, like, dream or, like, you remember.
Oh, really? I never knew that.
Yeah. So, like,
does
if you want to
help you out or?
No, like, you can't dream. Like, you can't remember them if you smoke. So, if you smoke, like, right before, most likely you won't remember what you're dreaming
That's
of.
smart.
At least
I mean, that's not smart. That's interesting, rather.
That's smart. Yeah, I forgot who told me that a while ago, and then I'm like, it makes sense because.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It fucks with your memory.
I never dream when I smoke.
Yeah, usually it's just at one time though, and like maybe twice if like we do it like really early. Then like around 9, you know, on the weekends it's pretty like it's pretty prevalent. On the weekends like around clock. Or like clockwork, because yeah, it's a couple of times, yeah. But yeah, no, I feel you on that. I wish I dreamed more, honestly. I feel like as a kid I dreamed like a whole lot more. Maybe, you know,
just like don't smoke like too close to like when you go to bed.
I mean, usually it's like around this time, so or the time that like we did it, so like 6:30. Yeah, so like at 6:30 like I'll be good. Because right now I feel pretty like straight. I think I'm sober right now, to be honest with you.
Really?
How do you feel at all?
I
still feel like a little
bit, but not that much.
Okay. Yeah, nah. By like
dark yet.
I know, right, bro? Yesterday was like the longest day. Did you see that?
It's
technically
like
the longest day.
23, something like that.
Some shit like that. It was like the longest day of the year, apparently. Where like the sun didn't go down until like 8:30.
I love that. I love longer days.
That's pretty cool, actually.
I hate long nights.
Imagine if you're like in, I think, where is it? Alaska? We're jumping like all over the place. But like, imagine if you were like in, I think it's Alaska or Iceland, where like it's all 24/7 sunlight.
Wait, really? I was gonna say I know some places that experience sunlight for like 2 hours or like less.
Nah, well, yeah, I think those are those kind of places as well.
That's I was looking into the fact that I can't think of it right now. Into a place like that because like a TikTok video, they were like doing like a
I forgot about your TikTok
oh my gosh
endeavors. That's funny.
Yes, my TikTok endeavors.
We should get into that. Talk to him about the talk.
Well, I mean, there's nothing really to my TikTok.
Nah. Oh, you have a lot of views. How many views did you have on that dog video? That was a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Like,
how much? Don't be modest now. Like, how much was it?
Like over 2 million.
2 million?
No. Actually, I think almost 10 million. But I got like,
oh my god,
2 something.
Like celebrity over here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, that was not a fun time.
Why?
That was not.
You just had like do not disturb on all the time, or
I
what
was
the
like,
fuck?
bro, I am not made to be internet famous.
Why do you say that?
I'm not made to be. I'm not part of that.
All the notification, all the hate. Did you get some hate?
Fuck yeah! I had to like block my comment. I actually took the video down like a couple of days after.
What?
Yeah.
So it's not on there anymore?
No,
it's deleted.
Well, it's
or
like
you have like archived.
It's like my private video. So
I was gonna say, don't ever get rid of that.
No, I don't think I could. But I definitely like have it saved to my phone too. But yeah, no, I was like, okay, I'm gonna hide the video. I'm turning off my comments.
10 million.
And I remember saying, I was like, I miss when only like 10 people watched my videos.
I don't even remember what the video was about. Was it just you and your dog like just chasing you, right?
Following me around.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was just. And then, like, I fucking started a trend, too. Like, people
started doing
tagging
it,
me. And, like, if you click on the sound, like, there's, like,
quite a bit of
videos of other people doing that, too.
What the fudge? That's crazy.
But I was just like,
What were the people saying? What was the hateful comments about the dog? They didn't like the way the dog looked or what?
No, it wasn't about the dog, dude. Oh my gosh. So I got so fucking paranoid because I was wearing pajama pants, like Christmas pajama pants from like Old Navy. He's like, look at my pants.
I got pajamas on right now.
And I just remember like a lot of people were like, oh, where'd you get your pants from? But then there was also like a good amount of people that were like, why would you ever wear those pants? They were literally just Christmas pants. But I'm like, bro, the internet's fucking mean. And I'm like, I don't have the thick shell for like sometimes I'm like, all right, like I'm so quick to fight.
Why the pants? I'm so confused. Were they then like not aesthetically pleasing to look at? I don't
even fucking know. I was just like, you know what?
Pants are pants. You know what I mean? And after a while, I kind of like.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
But no, I was like one mean comment and I'll fucking cry. And so yeah, dude, I got those comments and I'm like, all right, time to hide the video.
Oh my god.
And then I did. Honestly, it's like when I look back at it, it's just funny. Like I should have been like, fuck them for, I mean, who fucking cares? But at the time, it was extremely overwhelming because I just didn't expect.
That's a lot of views, bro. 10 million. 10 million people have seen you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, not me. Well,
yeah, you. I mean, you're in the video,
I'm not in the video. It's just my legs. Oh. So you don't even see me. Yeah. Oh. It's just my legs because he was the tiniest little. Why
would they hit on your like? Where then? Why would they hate on your like clothes?
Because people are mean. People get a fucking
Jesus Christ.
They feed off of being mean and shit. I'll never forget. Actually,
that's so weird.
That
is so fucking weird. I forgot about that. I remember it now.
I would post about my art, and they'd be like, "Stop drawing. Post more videos about your dog." And so I was like, I was done. I was like,
jeez.
I was just like.
So yeah. Could you imagine actually like commenting that under someone's like posts? Could you ever imagine like doing some stupid shit like that?
But people are like that. Like some people are just like just have too
but
much
like
time
my
on their
brain
hands.
don't even go there. You know
I know,
what I mean?
right?
Like my brain never
to think
goes
that
there.
way, to just be mean for like no absolute reason.
There's this is off topic. Well, it's kind of on topic.
Everything's off topic. We're just jumping.
There's this fucking guy on Twitter, bro, who's like the 17-year-old kid who covers like boxing, and he always just tweets out like random ass hot takes, like. And I don't follow this guy,
okay,
but I always see his tweets. It's like promoted tweets or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might also like this. I don't know why, because I fucking always hide that shit.
You're like, fuck this shit. I hate.
But he'll just tweet like a random take about being like, so and so could never beat so and so, or so and so will demolish so and so.
Yeah.
And I never agree with them usually, and I'm always just kind of like, what made you tweet that right now? Like, what were you doing?
What was going through your head?
Yeah, like what the fuck did you were just like, oh, I know how to get these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
tweet,
no, literally, that's how they
tweet. And I'm just kind of like,
they want to provoke.
God, I just hate that. I'm just like, what a lazy, like, ugh. That seems like so, like, dumb.
No, it literally
you know what I mean?
is.
Like, it seems like so, like I don't know.
You're
I
so
just would never think.
by it right now. You're
I just could never think to be like,
be me.
yeah. Nah, never,
Yeah.
ever. There's no way, dude. There's no way.
Yeah, well, I got a lot of that.
That's crazy.
But honestly, like at the time, I wasn't like, as a person, I wasn't feeling like too hot mentally. That definitely contributed to like, because right now, people can't tell me shit. Like I'm like, I don't care.
You're
what
in
people,
the Zen state. You're on the fucking.
I'm like, I don't care what people think. People are gonna like judge and have their opinions about everything, no matter what. But like then, I was definitely like, my mental state was at a way worse place, I guess I would say. So
Oh man.
yeah, so like having so many people like are like watching you and like just requesting so many different things. Like they were also telling me like just like make it to where they can save it to their phones. And honestly, knowing people have your videos, it's actually really weird.
Yeah, I don't use TikTok that often, but I never realized
Like
you could totally just save the shit.
Yeah, like knowing people can save it, bookmark it, or like save it into their camera roll. Like
That's
think
weird.
That's kind of weird.
That is a little weird.
Like,
I
I
feel
don't
like
know if
that
that's
kinda,
just me.
Although part of me kind of enjoys that in a way.
That you can save them.
Yeah, because I feel like that reminds me of like the Wild West of like the internet, where like you could just do anything.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I enjoy
I can
that.
see that.
Even like my photos, like people have always told me like, yo, you need to start putting like a little tag on your photos.
You did say that recently.
And like part of me wants to do it because like business wise it would make sense.
Save your shit.
I kind of like that though.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like
You're
that. Like,
damn, I was cool enough for someone to be like, that's worth saving.
I feel like eventually the photo will get back to me. You know, I feel like if someone takes it and like,
damn, I feel like that's a really interesting question to ask artists.
If they repost it and like don't tag me, I feel like eventually I will see the photo.
But some people, that's wild. But you do say that you're also like a pretty mellow guy.
Yeah, I would never trip about that shit.
I feel like if you were someone who had a temper, then
you might get annoyed.
You might get annoyed or frustrated.
I mean, I get it if you're an artist and you're like, yo, I took those photos, give me photo credit. But again,
yeah.
Would I ever say that? You know,
Yeah,
would I ever post that? Like,
yeah.
yo, give me my photo credit. Like, nah. I might text like, yo, I took this. If you guys like more, follow, some shit like that.
Yeah.
Very like,
and
yeah,
that's fair. You did
never like, tag me, bro. Give me credit, bro. I'm like, kind of like, ugh. Like, because at that point, I'm kind of like, all right, are you really proud of this photo? Or do you just want the clout that will come with that photo?
Just people knowing you took it.
And that shit to me comes across as like a little like superficial, you know?
Not genuine, like you said earlier.
It's not genuine. Nah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would much rather have, instead of the artist like editing the post and then tagging me after, I would much rather have the artist just post me and say photo cred and tag me that way and me not even say anything.
Yeah.
That I would feel like, holy shit.
Like your work was worth sharing.
Yeah, like he totally tagged me. He's putting me on and shit. Where like me asking or begging. No, I won't say use the word begging because you know, I get why you want the credit.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. That's just not how my mind works, you know?
I think also it's a good way to think about it because like people, I think, can also be nervous when they get nervous when they think about sharing someone's work, like how to share it. Like, I don't know.
That's how I feel.
I feel like there's definitely times where I like look at my like inspiration photos and I'm like, ooh, should I share it? Like, do I at them? Do I not at them? Like, what do I say? Should I like shout them out? That could also just be because I'm an overthinker, but yeah, like maybe some people think that. So you giving them like the freedom to choose, basically, like do I want to share his work? How am I going to share it? He didn't say anything, so I can do whatever I want, basically.
Yeah, I posted my wallpaper, who's this digital artist named Vad, I think, at VAD. And he's like this, I don't even know where he's from. I think he's a European artist. Mm-hmm. But I tagged him in it just because, like, I don't know, I felt like to give him like a little credit, you know?
Sometimes.
For something like that. Especially if I know the artist. Like if it's some like a random thing, like this. Like if I had just posted that, I don't know who took this photo or who was behind the production of this, so I'd feel weird like trying to like
figure that out,
decipher all that shit. You know what I mean? But if like I saw this dude's Twitter and he's like, "This is my artwork," and then he tweeted it out, then I'm like, "Okay, I know your socials.
Right, definitely.
If I ever post this, I'll tag you, or if I ever like share it to my story, I'll tag you just to give you the proper credit."
Of course. I mean, I feel like that goes hand in hand with like it being smaller artists.
That's what that goes back to my point of just being like, if I tweet like a photo and someone saves that photo and then reposts it, like I said, eventually it's gonna like come back to me. Mm-hmm. So I would never stress that about it. Like, oh my god, there are photos that I take and I'm just like, yeah, I wish we did bigger numbers, but
yeah,
I think that's just being human, I think
it's
only
also
human
because like
people
bigger
act that way.
numbers means like more people saw it, right? Mm-hmm. So you're just
I'd
more
want
people
like
got
I want everyone to see it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'd want everyone to see it.
Yeah, when you take a really good photo, you're like, I want every single person I know to see this.
Instagram's real bad with like
it is.
Like sometimes I have like 150 people looking at my shit, or like 200 people looking at my story, and I'm like, god damn, that's a lot of people. And then other times, like today, I have like 31 or like 55, and I'm just kind of like, what? I read that like that comes from if you share other people's shit but not your own. So like whenever I share, like I have like this movie like accounts that I follow. Mm-hmm. If I ever post that shit, or if I post like bands or an article or some shit like that,
and then you post like a personal one after, the
personal one will be less viewed because I've been posting other people's work.
Oh,
so the algorithm, I think from what I read, the algorithm on Instagram is like, all right, this guy's not original.
Yeah.
So let's not like share him like out. Let's not spread the word on his shit because I'm sharing other people's things.
That's crazy that you picked up on that. I feel like I never noticed that.
Yeah, I read an article. I remember because there were days where I'm just like, what? Why the fuck is this like
doing so much better? Like doing
why this
so
is
bad.
Weird to me. Yeah,
I would say for me, whenever I notice my photos doing that, I'm just like, I notice there's a trend in the type of photo, and so like for instance, something like, I'm trying to think of a recent photo I just took. Like my grandpa, it was my grandpa's birthday, and I just put a picture of him. Like strangers, when I post pictures of strangers rather than people that I know or like are familiar with, people that follow me that know them, they do like worse.
Really?
They don't get as viewed or as liked when it's just strangers. So I noticed it's a trend, even though my stories. But I'm like, that doesn't make sense though, because like,
why?
How would
the
they
audience
know before
wouldn't,
they
what I mean?
opened it?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just weird.
It's true all the time.
Their whole shit it's really Instagram, to be honest with you. Twitter, I feel like I usually get the same amount of like interactions.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't really change too much. But Instagram, I noticed like fluctuates a lot. Also, I noticed that if I make a post like early in the morning, the more people look at it. Like if I post something
throughout
right,
the day,
yeah,
I
that's what I'm
assume
saying.
They like pick up their phone and they scroll.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like, all right, that makes sense. But like the other view difference is just like crazy.
Yeah, no.
Like on Sunday, I had like maybe like 98 to like 130 people looking at my story.
Is that little for you?
That's like kind of a lot to me, at least. Like I'm just like, that's a lot in general. It's like a lot of people looking at my stuff.
Put 130 people in a room. That's a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. And then like today it's like 61, 51, and I'm kind of like, damn, it's like half that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? But in between that, it's been me sharing other shit. So I'm just kind of like, damn, what kind of algorithm is this?
I hate that. That's one thing I don't like as an artist. I felt like I've become more aware of those numbers, and I'm just like, I wish I wasn't.
Your insights and shit like that. Yeah,
but I look. I'm curious, and I'm like,
I think everyone looks. I was listening to an interview earlier with JPEG Mafia, and he was talking about like, he's like, dude, they all look. Everyone looks at like your metrics and shit like that, just to like kind of just know who you're talking to, who's like interacting with you. Yeah. Who's like consistent and stuff,
Yeah. But I felt like I didn't do it as often, or it wasn't like a number I thought about as much as I do now that I post like my pictures, like that I'm taking photography more seriously now. I'm definitely looking at those numbers more.
That's true.
Which kind of sucks, but I'm trying to combat that, like how to like balance that out to make sure I don't, I guess, obsess over it.
I feel you on that. That makes sense. Well, I was gonna say we've been going for an hour and 4 minutes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's been an hour.
No, it's been longer for an hour.
Well, yeah, it's been longer than that. It's been like 1:30 with the shabak or with the back one in the morning.
Of we never pushing the button.
That was so dumb, bro. I'm gonna like hate myself when I'm editing the video. I'm gonna hate myself because I'm gonna be like, bro, you just fucking clapped. I look like a moron. I just clap and I didn't even like record anything. Ugh.
I wonder if like in the video we'll see. Wait, we should probably stop, huh?
Maybe you want
I'm
to.
like,
we're still going on.
See, like you look at the screen and then you not do it. Like you actively look.
I could probably see that. Yeah,
and then
I definitely
looked away
see
and
that.
was like, "Okay, did it?" Because I could kind of see that, and I feel like that would be really funny.
That could be funny. Yeah.
You should like do a little pause and be like, and that's where he realized he
fucked
up.
That'd be funny. And he knew he fucked up.
Like, yeah, that was.
Have you ever seen Menace to Society?
Yes.
Where he's just like, you fucked up, right? Or he's like interrogating him.
Wait. Okay, wait, no, wrong movie.
You're talking about Don't Be a Menace, the funny one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the shit that they're parodying is Menace to Society.
It's on my list to like fucking watch.
That movie's crazy. That movie's like hardcore as fuck. It's like a real hood movie. It's really good. But like there's a scene where they're interrogating like the main dude and like he slips up and like totally gives like a wrong fucking detail and like his story that he's said like 10 times. Oh shit. It's like a little unplugged. Oh, plug it in. I think it should be good. Talk.
Whoa, did you hear me?
Yeah.
Were you hearing me the entire time?
You didn't sound too bad though. I don't think.
Fuck.
God, Jesus Christ.
This is like really. There was just a lot of mistakes.
Nah, I think it sounded like overall pretty good.
I hope so.
Yeah, you definitely sound a little clearer now, but I think that's just because like silence of like the conversation ended.
No. Okay, I guess.
Nah, it'll be alright. It'll be all good. If anything, I could hit my brother. Shout out to Nick, who's like a pretty good sound editor, and he could like fix things a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I've been wanting him to show me, but he's
busy.
been kind of sick.
Oh shit.
He got sick too, so I'm like, ugh, I don't want to interact with you while you're sick.
You said
Yeah, no, I ain't trying to get COVID like that or anything like that. Although I don't think he has that. He has like a cold or something.
I love how like ever since COVID, like every single time people get sick, it's like, oh, you got COVID.
You know what's funny? I've never had that. I've
never got COVID?
I've never been.
You better knock on some wood. Yeah, I've never had it either.
I've never been close to having it. I don't think that's wood. I don't think that's wood. But yeah, this whole time, this whole pandemic and shit, I've never had it. Thankfully, yeah, that's just never happened. It's kind of strange. I definitely come
close to like getting it a couple of times. Yeah, like my best friend like got it a few times, and I was around her around the time she started getting sick. So I'm like, fuck, I could have it too, but never got it.
I almost feel like I might have had it before everything kicked off.
Oh, really? So a lot of people think that.
I have a photo that I posted where I put like sick boy or some shit like that. But like I was fucking sick.
Back in like 2019?
Yeah, like early 2020, like maybe January 2020. Or maybe like November 2019. Mm-hmm. I just felt sick, like really sick one day. But it was only for a day. And then after that, I was good. So I'm like, did I have it?
Yeah, I wouldn't question it. I mean, I wouldn't have questioned it at the time, but I can see why now.
I've taken tests before. Never like regularly, but the times I've taken COVID tests, I've been fine the whole time.
Yeah, same. Mm-hmm. For a while, I was taking them pretty often because they were free. But I don't think they're like free.
I don't know anymore.
Or at least the main place that I went to. Not us talking about getting COVID tested.
I'll just say this: it was fucked up when like there were COVID sites that like you could pay more to get the results faster.
Oh yeah, but like nobody ever trusted that. Like my job.
My mom did it one time.
The 24-hour one. They say they're not as accurate.
I don't know, man. I got so fucking annoyed. I was like, "What?" She's like, "You should get tested." I'm like, "How much did you pay to get your results faster?" Like $60, I think.
Yeah, it was expensive. But then after some time, it was just as free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just so weird. I'm like, what the fuck? That's such a weird thing to do. I feel like those should have been free because the fucking global pandemic. Masks should have been free. And fucking like sanitizer and shit like that.
Dude, everything went up in price.
Everything went up.
Oh, wasn't like toilet paper for a while like out of stock for like the longest?
I have photos I could show you after this where like we've had like mountains of toilet paper at
really?
the warehouse.
Really?
Where they've just, that's all they sent was just mountains of them.
Damn, like whenever they were selling out around that time. That's insane.
That and during the freeze, whenever.
Or maybe
Houston had
that's
that
whenever
freeze.
toilet paper was. I don't know. I just remember toilet paper.
I think it was both, to be honest with you. Yeah.
That's
remember
crazy.
that was the whole thing. Like, why the fuck is everyone getting toilet paper? Like, what the fuck's the deal with toilet paper? Like, it's not gonna like cure anything.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oof. Well, I think it's a good time to like wrap things up.
Yeah, we've been.
An hour and 9 minutes. Probably the longest show when I think about it. Well, the one I did with Ulysses last week was on his show. It was definitely the longest I ever did. Was like 2
you
hours.
were just talking about that.
But with the little, we're probably at like an hour and a half altogether. Not the overall time of the actual recording, but like all together sitting down and recording.
Take a shot for every single time we fucking mention that.
Oh my god! If you want to like,
I feel like we're so petty.
Well, guys, I've been Cesar Perez.
Mariah. Did I say my full name?
No, I don't know. Whatever you want me to like name you at. Like I said, what do you think? Mariah R? I don't know.
That's so
MJ.
ugly.
Yeah, I don't like
MJ.
that. MJ.
No, I guess just Mariah Rodriguez. Oh, I hate my last name.
I know a couple Rodriguez. This always sounds like a cool name.
It's a basic ass
Hispanic name.
Yeah, name.
I'm Perez. I'm like not any better, to be honest with you. CP.
True.
Where could they follow you at, actually, if you want to let the people know?
My Instagram and Twitter is MJRDZX. That's
cool. Well, guys, till next time. Adios.
Bye.
Nice.
I feel so awkward.